Okay. I want to start off by always saying this. I just want to say thank you, God. Um, and it's weird to thank God when these kind of horrible things are happening, and of course, don't expect to get any better. But I want to thank God because life that these people live that involve in themselves in this program is a humiliating, degrading life. I'm not saying it's a hard life, but it's degrading. Uh, I was hearing this woman earlier on just yelling. I don't. It's like 7 o'clock or so, and she's just doing her job. Her job is to try to make me accept these things. They've been falsifying memories and reactions, and they want me to identify with these things. And she thinks that her acting the way she acts, being a clown as she calls herself, is gonna make me accept this. And this is a grown woman. It's a woman who has children, who should be respecting herself. But I don't respect her, and she obviously doesn't respect herself. So I see her as that. In life, you have the opportunity to take the easy route, which sometimes means that you're gonna not respect yourself. And this is very easy. Um, my brain is no longer mine. But what they try to do is to sell these manipulations and to make me accept this. I know very well she knows this is manipulation. I know that's her job. I know she knows that I know that's her job. So when I get the chance to see her, I see her for the low life that she is, and she understands why. Um, I'm not even here to insult her, but a person that age with that level of maturity to be this mature and this childlike, you gotta see them for what they are. And it's so sad and so pathetic. Yesterday was so bad to the point where she will make, I'm around people who speak different language, and she will start yelling in that language, saying some random stuff. I don't know whatever she says. Obviously, I can't speak that language, but she's speaking, saying it out loud as if I can speak that language, and she's just making all this like noise campaign, and I was like, as she was doing that, I'm looking at my private area because I'm noticing that I'm getting stimulations. I'm like, what is going on? And the more she makes the noises, like she's yelling crazy, the more the stimulations I felt. I'm like, this is disturbing. It's like, what's going on here? And then I look back at my phone, and what I see as I scroll down is like a toddler, and it was like a toy commercial, something like that, a toy ad, and that's what she was doing. She wanted me to she wanted to make this noise campaign before I get to that ad because she wanted to say, "Oh, we saw this before it happened." But I stopped. I instead of continue to scroll down till I see the ad. I stopped that, and before I get to that picture of the ad with the toddler, I was looking at myself in the private, looking at a private area. It's like, what's going on here? Why? And she was making the noise campaign, and the stimulations were increasing. I'm like, why are they doing this? I'm looking at it. It's what? And then I just start scrolling down, and then when I scroll down, I saw the toddler, and that's what they were trying to do. Try to make me feel guilty for the nasty manipulation they forced me to have. And that's the things they do. And at that point that she know very well that this is part of the way they break people down. She's fully aware that in her job currently, the program she's working for, the governmental entity she works for, she knows that they make men and women feel sexual arousals toward children to break them down. This is a grown woman with children. Well, obviously, she's far from being alone doing that. There's a lot of people involved in this, but it's still disgusting. To have lived this long life that she lived. I mean, she's not much older. Maybe she's 10 years, 10, 15 years older than me. And and living in this way is just degrading, um, dishonorable, degrading as it gets. And so this manipulation is the way they're living life. I'm not identified. I know you manipulate me right now. You manipulate my memories. You changing everything. You're creating false narrative. Matter of fact, early on there was like this. If you go through my videos, one video called Filao, is how they would like try to make me think. Now remember when you were there, like a teenager or so. Remember when this man showed you these pictures, and then you got the stimulation, and they like try to create these false memories where they falsify memories and want you to accept this. And it's been like that throughout my whole memories, and recreating memories with new sensation and stimulation. It's the new things that it's the things they do continuously to change the notion of who I am. So she wanted to sell that. I'm like, I know that you do these false memories. This is why I make videos about them, because now it's not even going to be experienced as a false memory. It will be experienced as a memory. But that's the things they do. You gotta be strong. Uh, at the same time, you know, the way they have to become clowns. That's why I think they use a lot of children. And it's funny. I think these children think because they sound like children, what they involved in is not going to come back to them, and I should not see them for what they're part of. To me, at this point, these children, and I not only see what they're doing right now, but I know what it means. It means this trash, which I don't call them children at this point because they're trash. They're being groomed to be doing that to very, very young people, children, infants, and they will have no problem doing that, right? They will be pushing somebody to lose their mind, causing a mass shooting. If a child dies, she doesn't care because this is what she's been groomed to do. And so for me, I look at them for the low life that they are. I mean, I'm glad that they sold their children to these pedophiles, because the truth is these agencies that groom these bottom feeders have problem with pedophilia. As in, it's an issue within these agencies that's been ongoing for years. And it's funny, I used to say that and they used to make fun, oh, I'm being groomed. It's like, and I didn't even know about the issues that was ongoing in these governmental entities. And yes, she's true. These people, these bottom feeders, are being groomed by governmental entities with issues that are pedophilia centric. So yes, you are being groomed by pedophiles. And what it means is this trash will do that to men, to women, and children, thinking that this is the norm. They have already, at an early age, have normalized what they're part of. So can you imagine a few years from now? These people are already cowards, but they're not going to grow any braver. Right? So it's just going to grow up to be a trash, a low life, and a bottom feeder for pedophiles. And then I'm sure she will do that. She will throw her children into this mix, and they'll be groomed the same way. So you gotta be thankful, because I see a whole family involved in this, and I know that the kids in that will be doing that continuously to others. They'll be involved in a program where they do that to even children, to women, which is what they're in already. So it's one thing to, as an adult, doing these nasty things and involving yourself in that. It's another to start involving your child in this for whatever resources and incentives you get. So that's why I thank God. Thank you, God. Because this low life, look at them. They eat, live, and drink ways to make a man or woman think about children in sexual ways. They are bottom feeders, and they will be torturing some of the most vulnerable. Yesterday, I got really angry because what they do is they try to find ways to vilify you. Now, to vilify somebody, please do not be involved in a program that does these horrible things to children. Please do not be in a program where you even suffocate 7-year-old. Please do not be in a program that even tortured 4 and 5-year-old kids with Down syndrome. Please don't be in a program that tortured 3-year-old sexually. Please don't be in a program that tortured a 3-week-old using their direct energy. You can't do that and try to vilify anybody, especially the way they try to vilify me. Yesterday, they were bringing up the things they try to create in this fashion. Listen, when I was a kid, I did this inappropriate thing, which I know is inappropriate as a child, but that's what a child is capable of doing. And at that age, these kind of things can happen because of the developing brain of a child. But what they're trying to do, this is the inappropriate thing that even now I recognize and thinking about it, it's like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? But I understand the child is capable of doing. Now, this is an inappropriate, but then they try to look for something else. They try to create patterns. Because these people, obviously, you heard what I just said, they're in a program that abuses children in so many ways, sexual and others. And what I did, although it's not will not technically be considered abuse, it's still an appropriate act of what I did as a child in middle school. So what they try to do is try to find ways to make me think, no, no, you abuse. And so they try to bring up when I'm around the same age, and I was talking about how when I had like my cousin that was much younger than me, and when she did something that's annoying or something that I would grab my fingers, right, and my two fingers. You see these two fingers. Now I'm an adult, so my fingers look much bigger. But imagine the fingers of a middle schooler, right, in 8th grade. With my two finger, the forearm, I would do this on the forearm. I would hit with my two finger the inner forearms, boom, like that, right. As I'm saying, that's the way they try to change that is when I was doing that to myself, because what they're doing to my skin is they're creating this extreme sensitivity to it. I'll get marks just for nothing. It's because they're doing something to my body. And so they were trying to make me imagine that that's what's she experienced. She got those marks because they're making me have those marks today because my skin is being destroyed. Right? And so they're like, no, now you pay for that. So you obviously hear this trash, and that almost gets you aggressive because you know these people that will try to consider that abuse. You use the two fingers to hit the forearms of this child. Are in a program that use directed energy weapons to destroy a child health, to burn them, to destroy them, in sexually torturing them, to suffocate them. They would blind them. And you hear these bottom feeders who want you to let them escape, that somehow using these two fingers, hitting the inside of the forearm, which I remember when my father used to do that to me, I was glad that was the thing that he did, because he was like, okay, I will just have to print it out, and that's that. But me doing this, my two finger on the forearm of this kid, right? These people in a program that literally tortured children, suffocated. So they will consider that the abusing part, but them torturing children, not the abusing aspect of things. Now, obviously, I know they know that I see them for truly what they are. And because they think they can gaslight you into thinking this falsified reality, they're going to do that. But they're going to make that mistake when we see each other. Because I know that not only what they do is not only abusing, but it's torturing children. They're going to try to play this game, and it's not going to end well. Sometimes I try to calm down and try to find ways to not be aggressive, because this trash, saying that is abusing, is in a program that torture and suffocate a child, that burn children, that blind children. So for me, it's like I'm just aggressive. I feel aggression because I'm like, this trash has the audacity to try to talk about this while they are torturing children using direct energy. You understand? They are torturing, damaging these children for life. They are blinding them. They are getting them sick. They are burning them. They are suffocating them. And so for me, I'm just like, you piece of low life. What you deserve on this planet is not on this. What you deserve here is not on this. It's not on this planet. And they try to sound like children, because they think that childlike sound is going to block out the fact that I know that children are being tortured by these bottom feeders. This nasty trash. And they're like, no, I did it. No, guess who's doing it? The program that you work for, you piece of shit. You forgot that. You forget that the program that you're involved in does that to children, and you work for that program, right? What does it make you if you yourself involved in a program where torturing children is part of it? Should I forget that you do this program does not do that, but you're involved in that program? You delusional piece of shit. As soon as you involve yourself in a program where torture of children is involved, you are part of that. Their scream, their pain is part of, is inclusive of you. These people are a piece of shit to ever think that they can be accepted, or I can accept that they can be in a program where these horrible things has happened to children, but somehow found the anger that, well, with the 2 fingers you did this, it's that deep trash that's suffocating a fucking 3-year-old, no, a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old sexually tortured, and you involved in that program? Delusional piece of shit. Make yourself see me and say, I did it. Watch how I respond to you. Because yes, you're doing it. And because your trashers cannot do anything to me. But to do what you do to me, you have to be in a program where they torture children. Do you understand how disgusting these bottom feeders are? I'd rather get raped every day of my life than be involved in a program that does these horrible things to children. This coward low life. Target individual, that's why I say thank you, God. Thank you. Imagine I'm involved in a program. I know who is employing me, this organization that's employing me, this program that's employing me where I enjoy doing what I do. Is out here torturing children, and I'm here just to vilify somebody and say, when you're a kid, with those 2 fingers, you hit the inside of the forearm. And to matter of fact, to even twist that, I'll make that person, when he hits himself like that, to get some marks, so you can make this connection that you see, because you have these marks, because we're fucking with your skin, we're destroying your skin, we're destroying your body. So anything you do to yourself can be turned into bruises or marks. Now imagine that happening to try to even create these storylines. Delusional trash. And I'm also trying to vilify you while I'm in a program where they would literally torture children. Even if I never even participated in one of those torture of children, I know that I'm involved in a program where they're doing that right now. These people are trash and low lives. And they are the threat and danger to children. To even try to circumvent reality to the point where they make you experience some kind of reaction on your skin. So you can so they can manipulate your brain to think that this reaction that is happening to you on your skin, because they're doing these things to your skin, is what this child will experience when you do this thing. To try to correlate this. Do you understand how falsified reality is to them? Not for me. I'm not going to let them escape this. I'm not. This trash burn, torture, harm children. I don't have to make you imagine some false reaction to the skin, because your skin is being, I don't know what they're doing to the sensories. I don't know what they're doing to but basically my skin is just, something's going on with it. It's just very thin, and it's just like something's going on. But you understand when some child is suffocating because their lungs are restricted and you're involved in this program. Delusional shit. I will never let these bottom feeders live this fantasy. My brain can be hacked in whatever ways. But the second you try to talk about abuse and you think I'm not going to think about what you guys do to children, how you torture them, how you harm them, not only sexually, but other ways, suffocating them. This program does that today, even radiating them. Forget even if the pain is what they feel immediately. Radiation aimed toward children, they're going to be unhealthy. And they do that to children. Death comes to all of us. These bottom feeders don't know where they're going to die. They will tell me I'm going to die in June. I was like, I'd rather die in June. Matter of fact, have me die tomorrow. I'd rather die in every way than having to live life the way these bottom feeders live. Their time is super limited, just like mine. They even had to rewire reality to that point to make me feel the reactions of what they're doing to my skin, and try to make me imagine that's what this kid experienced. No, this is what I'm experiencing today because my body is being destroyed by these weapons, these DoD weapons that can destroy all the organs, the skin. My skin is so thin. It just I can do a little bit of it, even like a little bit of that, especially on this left arm. Oh my gosh, they try to, especially on this arm. It's just like extremely sensitive. And I have people, coworkers, try. Oh yeah, yeah. I see that. Just get so mad. Like, where is the anger when they use the Department of Defense technology onto children? You piece of low life. What happened to you, all this anger when you hear about the suffocating of? It's like you desensitized by that. But this two finger. Matter of fact, they try to do these things, something sexual, so disgusting. Doing that is what just, oh my God, the abuse. But hearing a child that's 7 years old suffocating is just, that's nothing to you, huh? No anger, no nothing. Piece of shit. And that, no, I did it. No. This program that does these things to me, does these things to children, and you know that. So you're connected to that. For me, they try to be like, no, you see. It's funny because for me, I remember when I was a kid and my, parents used to be physical, punish us in ways that are like slapping and hitting, and thankfully me, I didn't get that much, but my sister, or when we get it, it was not that many. And I remember my father using the same ways to just kind of like punish me, just to do that. And we used to be like, pretending, because it was not like something that we were scared of. But I remember when my mother used to stick and beat the crap out of me because I was not able to speak at school. And I'm thinking, so that's like, listen, I'm like, the level of stupidity these people have to get to. But and by the way, the mother of this child, the way she was beating her when she was doing some crazy stuff, she would like spank the crap out of her, like, pow, really hard. So I'm like, what was that? Was it abuse too? You should go get her. Jeez, these people are trash. But to find ways to create this narrative, because the truth is, there's, as a child in middle school, there's one inappropriate act that is what's really, looking back, I'm like, what was I thinking? But a child is capable of doing that. That's what a child is capable of doing at that age. That's the developing mind of the brain. Now, because they don't have much else, they're going to try to find something else. They're going to try to find something else to try to create this. Now you're such abusers. Bullshit. You guys are the one abusing children and torturing children. This is what imagine somebody in a program that tortured kids by using the Department of Defense technology. And it's like, no, but when you did this, that's what, you just like, you're a bunch of fucking trash. These people should be hung for what they're involved in. The damages and the torture of these children, and they're involved in that. This cowardly life. So for me, when I see them, I see what they're capable and what they've done to children. And for me, when they bring up whatever I did as a child, from the inappropriate act to what they want to exaggerate to, like, to something else, which is also the inappropriate act, but to when they be like, no, when you use those two fingers, it's like trash us. They are here torturing babies, 3-week-old. And so for me, I will see them as that. For all the kids they've tortured, for all the women they've tortured, for all the men they've tortured, for all the kids that died from this, directly or indirectly. There's a child who just died, 14 years old, because they caused a man to lose his mind to the point of killing children. A 10-year-old got shot in the leg while these bottom fears are here. By every means, you see them for the low life that they are. And they work for governmental entities that are so filled with pedophiles that there's a bill that's called End National Defense Abuse Act, because they download so much child porn using the devices the government gives them. They are trash, and every day they manipulate the brain and condition the brain to think about children in sexual ways non-stop. It is non-stop. Matter of fact, you heard this woman making the note. Before even I saw a child, that was intimidating me because the child was going to be seen. is non-stop. Earlier, before making this video, I was scrolling down and it looked like some kid. I don't know, he was a teenager, but I'm like, she looked like a teenager, or is it somebody who looks like a teenager? And it was a teenager, and they're like, you see, you question yourself for a second there. I was like, Jesus. These people are trash. But that's their job, because this is a cognitive warfare where the Department of Defense is using trash like them to implement these tactics and find ways to break down the target individual and make them identify to this false persona. Try to create this person as somebody who's a threat to children, when in reality they truly are the threat to children. They are a threat to children just by involving themselves in this program. Because you're involved, you're aware that this program tortures children. You are fully aware that you're conscious of it. You know this thing is done to children. You enjoy that. No, let's just say you yourself never have any participation on the torture of children, but you know the program you work for. You know this program that you're doing these things with, or you're participating, is torturing children. You are fully aware. You know right now, what I'm doing is being done to children, and they're doing it, working under this same program I'm working for. My colleagues themselves, maybe I did not do that to any child, but I know some of the people I'm looking at here with expertise have done. The people who are showing me how to do things have done that to children, meaning they have been torturing children. Yes, some of these women, some of these men have been involved in torturing children.